Now, unlike the mark stitches, which are done on double thread, the basting stitch is done on a single thread. So you thread your needle single, keeping one side longer than the other, like this. What I'm going to be doing is basting along this back seam of this jacket, basting along here, and this is how it's done. Again, the action is similar, very similar to your mark stitching. One of the differences is that it's done on a single thread as opposed to a double thread. And the distance apart is approximately a maximum of 2 centimeters apart. When you're basting on the board, you make sure that we've got no tightness, and again, your action is from right to left. So you just about get, as you feel you've picked up the bottom layer, that's when you lift the needle up again. That basting stitch must not be tight, it should just be flat, keeping the layers together. You see, I'm always stretching the cloth after I've done the basting to ensure that your basting stitch is not tight. Also observe my needle and thimble action while I'm sewing. Not much has changed there. You'll see the side of my hand is still resting against the cloth. Just secure the bottom there with a couple of stitches. And that's your basting stitch. So a few stitches to practice the mark stitches, after of course the holding needle and thimble, the mark stitches, and the basting stitch. There's another stitch I want to show you. Well, it's the same stitch but a different action. This is the basting stitch, but instead of basting on the board, we're actually going to be basting on your hand. So as I lift the cloth up like this, still working from right to left, but there we are. Lifting the cloth up, so you're still working. Instead of sewing down into the cloth, instead of sewing down, you're actually sewing across. And you tack. Just tacking just a couple of stitches at the very end to secure. Again, just doing this exercise, basting. You lift the cloth, and baste. Quite a lot of what we do would be basting on the hand as well as on the board, so practicing to do both is essential. Watch the needle and thimble action. Observe also that I slow down when I'm actually tucking the needle into the cloth, but the speed is actually pulling the thread out. I slow down because I want to be accurate with my stitch. That's a consistent width from the edge. So what I shall be expecting you to do is to draw lots of line on a plain piece of cloth and then just baste parallel lines, which I will show you now what I mean.